Where did you come up with the Cobra?
The Cobra is, I was in Japan. So for most of 2004, I was living in Japan. And after the shows there, we all go to a bar, a restaurant, and everything. And there was a gentleman named Taro who was friends with my coach, Mr. Ishikawa. And he just was sitting at the table and he just showed me this thing where he transforms his arm into this little kind of wooden puppet type thing. And I remember looking at Mr. Ishikawa and being like, I don't get it. What is that? He goes, oh, it's just a funny thing he does, you know? So he made me try it. The next time I saw him, he's like, do you remember how to do it? You know? And that was it. Like, that was it. That was just a little funny thing between us. I'm guessing about 5 years later, I believe it was Atlanta. And I was wrestling either Chavo or Carlito. I think it was Chavo. And I said, hey, I'm gonna try something during my comeback. So it's like, you know, jab and clothesline or whatever, punch. And then I stop and do this transformation of my arm and I hit him. And he turns away into a schoolboy. And without seeing it on TV, the audience immediately laughed. So, and like Cena, I always sat beside Cena. So he came back, I came back through the curtain. He's like, I would keep that if I were you. That was funny. And so I was doing it only on live events. And then one day I go to TV and Ricky Steamboat was my producer. And he's like, I was wrestling Zack Ryder. And he goes, you know, you're going over with the Cobra. Vince wants to see the Cobra. I'm like, Vince knows about the Cobra? He goes, yeah, he reads the reports. And I go, okay. So then, yeah, I did the Cobra, but the Cobra was crazy. Like in 3 weeks, really quickly, I would gesture for it, and I would see in my like peripheral vision, like the entire arena, like jumping up, like.
And they're doing it with you too.
And I'm like, really? Like, I'm okay. They like it. I mean, I didn't find it that spectacular, but they loved it. So, and then I think I did it for like a year without the sleeve, and then we introduced the sleeve.
That's brilliant marketing. Is that the piece of merchandise that you made the most money on?
Yeah, well, yeah, more than T-shirts for sure. It's funny. I was calculating the money, but I miscalculated, the percentages and everything. I thought of making like I'm gonna make extra $1,000 a day for doing nothing, and it was not $1,000 a day.
But to be able to turn that into it was brilliant to do the motion, but then to like actually put the sleeve on there, and now the kids can buy the sleeve. Whose ever idea that was, that's brilliant.
I think Damian Sandow told me about to get a piece of merchandise. But one of the biggest compliments I ever had, I was doing a signing. This guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, when I was in elementary school, they had to ban the Cobra from my school, like on the announcements, because everyone was Cobraing each other."
That
and
is
like,
so good.
That's like I made it. That's like pop culture, mainstream. Like if the Cobra has to be banned, the Cobra's over.
Because in my time, suck it was banned.
Okay,
you couldn't be running around saying suck it to people. The Cobra it's a deadly move, right? Like nobody kicks out of the Cobra.
Once.
I know. Just once.
Daniel Bryan.
That is pretty crazy though, that you do a move like that and like it's over.
Yeah, and it's funny because people would like look forward to putting it over. JTG has one of the best cells ever. He does like that kind of neurotoxin cell. Myers did a flip bump one time. That was a bit too much. But no, I mean, Cena said if he ever takes the Cobra, he's not moving for like half an hour,
I put it up there with the people's elbow because it's a move that probably shouldn't be a finisher, but it's so incredibly entertaining. The crowd is so into it that it works.
Well, it's funny because when you're in school, they tell you to come up with a finisher that you can do to anybody.
Right.
And this is literally, you can do that to anybody. It's a little chicken peck. And I mean, like, I can be 70 years old and make an appearance somewhere and someone pokes me and says, "You're an old man." And out comes the Cobra and I give him a chicken peck to the neck. And I can do it forever.